folks, thanks for watching and welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to talk about this guitar. This is the Fender Meteora Player Plus. I just posted this and there's a lot of interest in this guitar, and there's not a lot of videos on this guitar. Most of them are from, stores selling them, so I always prefer, the people that have actually bought them, because they'll tell you, they'll give you the skinny on the guitar, the actual what's going on the guitar. So let me just go over the specs really quick. So this is a guitar. It's 22 fret. It's got a satin neck on it. I'm told it's a 12-inch radius, so it's not a modern C as in most Fenders. It's a little flatter and a little flatter fretboard, a little wider here, but still, and for me, very comfortable. It does come with locking tuners, which is kind of cool. You've got two pickups in here that are their Fireball pickups. I can't find any information about these pickups. I don't know if they're Alnico 3s, Alnico 5s, I have no idea. But it has two tones and one volume pot. And the volume pot, there's a little in the center here. If you depress that, you split the pickups. So and then of course you have a 2-point trem system, individual modern saddles, which is kind of cool. A 3-position switch, which kind of feels okay. Yeah, that's the main features of the guitar. There's been complaints about the guitar when it arrives, requiring setup, and I mean, this is Mexican made guitar, and this one did require about a lot of work. We had to adjust the truss rod, we had to tighten up the springs, we had to do the intonation and all this. So there was a bit of time spent on this guitar getting it to a point where it was comfortable to play. So those are the main features. Now, these are first impressions. I just got it today. You can see they still have the Fender sticker on it. I haven't taken any of the plastics off yet. So I'm going to run this guitar through some of the tones just to give you an idea what it sounds like. Should also mention there's a nice belly cut here. Okay. And there's a little arm contour here as well. Size wise, it is a little bit longer because of the lower bout here than a standard Strat, but what I'm finding is that it's not ridiculously long. It's not like a Firebird or anything. It's still relatively comfortable. So yeah, let me actually, before I get into the tones, let me show you the gift bag, the gig bag. So here's the gig bag that it comes with. Now they call it a Deluxe Gig Bag. You got a little bit of cushion here, not a ton. And when you put the guitar in here, I mean, it fits really, really tight. There's no play in the gig bag. There's no room. You can't put, if you wanted to put chords or something in here, there's no room. It fits really, really tightly. You got a couple of pouches here. You got one with your, your truss rod, and your whammy bar goes in here. You got another pocket here above that, and then another little pocket down here as well. But I mean, this is a pretty thin bag, and because the guitar fits really tightly, if you're throwing this in the car, like I will be, because I'm gigging a lot on the weekends and that, you got to be real careful, because I could see this getting damaged quite easily. So this will definitely go on top of the gear, not underneath the gear. But yeah, that's your gig bag right there. All right, I'm going to play some tones for you. I'm going to go through all the pickups and the splitting them, and we'll see how this thing sounds. So here's my signal chain. So I'm going into my pedal board, and the only pedal that I have on is my EP booster. The gain on that is 0, and it's on all the time. I'm going into my Friedman Rent 20. All the EQs are flat, and from that I'm going DI into my mixer right here. So nothing is mic'd. It's a direct signal into the mixer. So I'm going to go through all the pickups. I'm going to start on the bridge. So here's the bridge pickup. Middle pickup. Sound pretty good, right? Alright, so now I'm going to split them. So the center, there's a center button in the volume. You hit that, you depress that, and that splits them all. So I'm going to go through all three pickups again, starting on the bridge. Middle. Neck. So you can tell that the volume dropped quite a bit. So just to give you an idea, I'm going to go pick up the pickup and I'll split them and I'll put them in humbuckers. So starting with the bridge. So, like most guitars, not just this one, but a lot of guitars that have pickup splitting, you lose a lot of volume when you split the pickups. Which, you know, the only guitar that I've ever come across that does it properly or does it well is a PRS. But guitar like this, if you split the pickups in a live situation, you'd have to have like a, you know, boost or some kind of compressor or whatever, which is a bit of a pain in the ass, but that's, you know, a lot of guitars suffer from that when you split the pickups. So there you go. So that would be one criticism of that, but that's a criticism common to a lot of guitars. I'm going to put a little bit of dirt on this. For that, I'm using the Wampler Euphoria. This is just a very light dirt just to see how the pickups react to a little bit of gain. All through this, by the way, I have the tones and the volume on full. So this is the Wampler Euphoria in the bridge. I'll split them again just to show you. So here's the bridge split. Again, you get the huge drop of volume when you split the pickups, but, you know, Otherwise, it sounds pretty damn good. So let me give you my final thoughts. Alright, so I've only had this for a few hours. These are first impressions. I'm sure my opinions on this guitar may change over time. So I haven't gigged with it. I haven't rehearsed with it. But here's what I find. I do like the sound of the pickups. I think they sound pretty cool. I think pretty much they're only usable in the full humbucking position. The guitar, the build quality feels really solid. The knobs feel really good. The toggle feels really good. I didn't even really demo the trem. I've played around with the trem a little bit. I mean, you're not going to do whammy dive bombs on this, but you can do, you know, your slight, you know, your little flutters if you want. It's a screw-on tremolo bar. You know, I mean, here, I'll just do some just to give you an idea really quickly, kind of like, you know. That's about the most I'd want to go on this without knocking it out of tune, even though it's got locking tuners, but that's about as far as I want to go. But yeah, the build quality is good. That's unfortunate about the pickup splitting, but again, like I said, that's you know, that's pretty typical of most guitars that do pickup splitting. The output jack is here, which is kind of a weird spot. You would think it might be like a little bit, maybe a little higher, but it's right on the bottom of the lower belt. Not a big deal. It's in there good. You know, it's not loose at all, but you know, you really got to push to get your cord in there. It's a little bit of a snug fit, but so far, I'm you know, first impression is you know, apart from the negatives, it's still very positive. I'll tell you why I bought this guitar. I wanted kind of a little bit of a beater for, you know, for those gigs where, you know, you're gonna get beer spilt on your stuff and maybe knock over and, you know, guitar on a stand or whatever. And I think this is gonna suit the bill. I'm gonna run it through my pedals, run it through some different tones, and make sure it kind of does everything that I need it to do. But you know, I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I mean, it's kind of funky looking, as you can see. You know, it's you know, to some it might be gross, to others it might be beautiful. To me, I think it's kind of funky and kind of cool. I don't know. Everybody talks about a Jaguar. I almost get a little bit of a Firebird vibe off of this guitar. But yeah, you know, I've got a month to decide whether or not I want to keep it. So I'm definitely going to take it through its paces. But yeah, you know, maybe something, you know, decent sounding, decent build. Just again, beware when you buy it. You're probably gonna have to spend a bit of time setting it up and getting it right. So hopefully you dug this video. If you did, please consider liking and please consider subscribing. I get a lot more people watching than subscribing, so hit the subscribe button. That'd be much appreciated. And yeah, we'll catch y'all soon. Cheers. Have a great day.